Welcome back to the best pod on the planet, man. Check the Stats Podcast, episode 7. I'm here. I'm your host, T. Cal. Here, I got my co-host here, Mari. And here, at the bottom, brand new permanent member of the CEO's family, Charles Gracie, longtime partner, valuable member to the crew. We finally is one. How y'all feeling, bro?
Good, man. I'm good, man. Feeling blessed, man.
It's a very exciting time in the sports world right now. NBA playoffs, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of stuff going on right now. I can't wait to dive into it. But without further ado, Mario, you can kick us off.
Get that music off real quick. All right, man. What's good with y'all, man? Welcome to today's episode of Check the Stats Podcast. Today, we've got some hot takes on playoff matchups, our all NBA selections, and people to watch out for the upcoming NFL draft. And we got a lot more stuff that y'all don't want to miss. So, man, let's jump right into it. So, the first segment, NBA playoffs breakdown, man. So, my question to y'all, T-Cal and Charles, is which playoff matchup do you think is the most evenly matched up and why?
Right now, at the moment, I would say I have two. One of them would be the Mavericks and the Clippers. I think that's a really intriguing matchup. And another playoff matchup that I think is kind of evenly matched up now is Milwaukee versus Indiana. And I'll break into the Dallas and Clippers series. I think those teams are like an evenly matched team, like Kyrie, Luka, and then you have the plethora of role players that do their jobs to high levels. But then you have the Clippers with the two wings and Kawhi and PG. You got, I think he hurts them more than he benefits them. And what's his name? And James Harden. But they have Russell Westbrook. They have some interior presence on the inside in the Zubac, and then you have a rotation of bigs with Daniel Tyson, Mason Plumlee. But I think the X factor of that series will ultimately be Luka. He'll push them over the bump every time he sees them as barbecue chicken. PG and Kawhi, hey, they know what they're in for. That's the best player in the series, and I think he'll overall be the deciding factor in why the series ends up either good or bad. I don't want to give my answer who win that series. I know we probably get into that a little later, but Pacers and Bucks. I think the series is more even than ever because of Giannis. You know, his stats, he might be out 2 to 4 weeks with his calf injury, which is good. Please don't come back. Like we seen it already with Kevin Durant in the finals when he came back from an injury too early and ended up tearing his. What did he tear? He tore
his Achilles.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles. So I don't think that's anything to play with. So as far as Giannis, please get your rest. Like, don't feel forced or rushed to come back. Like, even if y'all don't end up winning the series. I mean, truthfully, I don't think y'all had real title hopes this year anyway. Y'all didn't form that chemistry and y'all didn't come in hot to the playoffs like y'all did previous. So I don't think they had a realistic chance of winning anyway. But preserve your body. Like, you have many more years of high-level basketball ahead of you. I don't think it's important at all to rush into it. So I say that'll be another intriguing series. That'll be my two intriguing series.
I think probably the most intriguing series that I think is probably getting swept under the rug is the T-Wolves and the Suns, because it's a lot of components that just can factor into who can come out realistic on that series. Because both teams, even though you got T-Wolves kind of one-sided heavily on the defensive end of the ball, the Suns got that offensive firepower to where they can light it up and they could go tit for tat and really outshoot anybody in the gym that they in with. With the T-Wolves, you centralize on Ant, but what's really interesting is trying to figure out what kind of Karl Anthony Towns we're going to get. If kind of the similar situation with Giannis, he's coming into this series off of an injury. If he could come in and do his thing to where he could elevate the T-Wolves, then I could see the Timberwolves moving on. But if the Suns can get right with the big three of Book, KD, and Bill, I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be something serious because it's not too many teams that have that offensive level of firepower like the Phoenix Suns. So I feel like that series can definitely go either way. I feel like those teams are real evenly matched in that regard, for sure.
I think we need to like punt the brakes on that Brad Bill just a little bit. Yeah, he ain't them two. Them two in a whole different class of their own. Bradley Bill, he can put up the numbers, but it's inefficiently. Not inefficiently, but it's not translating towards winning. So I don't think he's just some high level playoff performer or scorer. Like he is a bucket. He can go get a bucket, but I mean he had his teams in the past where he was the man and he couldn't do it. I think if Phoenix, that's kind of their big thing, and they can't really just like get it all together. Because of injuries. Like if Brad not out, Book out, and the Book not out, KD out, they can never really just get a like towards the end of the season. They kind of got that time to mesh, but I don't think it's enough. And I think they have a year. They have a year. They're a year too early. I think this year isn't the year that they can contend. I think when they have a little more free cap space, I don't know what they might do with Brad. Me personally, I'll get off Brad to go get that true essential point guard to put Book and KD back in their natural roles, which is just getting buckets. Them getting buckets. That's when they had CP and Book was able to be Book. That's when they really was at their most dangerous. But D-Book playing this strict point guard role is like taking an effect on his scoring, and I don't think he's ready for that role yet. So I think the Suns. I don't know. Let me say that for later too. Let me let Mark get back to what he get into, but I'll go in on some Suns.
With me, the evenly matched, I for sure feel like the Clippers and the Mavericks is the most evenly matched up teams. I feel like that's gonna be a close series right there. Like that's gonna go all the way to like Game 7, bro. That's gonna be a great series, man. And both of them they play pretty good basketball, but I do feel like the Mavericks will come out on top. And I only say that because I mean they've been on the street lately. Like the Mavs have been like Luka, Kyrie, like the whole team has been doing their thing. I mean it's playoff time now, and I know teams are gonna, it's gonna be different. Like the energy gonna be different. Everybody wanna, what I'm saying, try to get to the finals. So we'll get past that first round. So I feel like it should be pretty interesting, what I'm saying, to see those two teams battle and go at it. I'm expecting like a huge game, like a crazy game from Luka. I mean, he does it like every time that he's been in the playoffs, bro. He's always went crazy, like points, like his stat line was crazy. So all that his team has to do is just pretty much just step up. Like Kyrie, I feel like he is, but like the rest of the other players, all they have to do is just step up. They'll be good. So that's pretty much my take on that, honestly. But the next question I got for y'all, man, is what has been the biggest surprise of this playoff season so far?
You said the biggest surprise?
Yeah.
I'll probably say see how good OKC is. Had a great season so far. Like OKC, I would thought this year would have kind of been like 7, 8, 6, like around that range. But like I gotta get credit when it do. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he did his thing, leading that young team. Obviously, players along that team came a long way, like J-Dub, increasing his scoring averages by 5+ points and kind of becoming like that secondary ball handler that could relieve some of that stress off the SGA and kind of allow SGA to be a scorer at times, which, SGA doesn't mind because, he's the king of isolation. But I feel like Chet, them giving them more of a defensive presence. I wouldn't say interior when it comes to guarding the bigger guys, but I think as far as a help side defender, you're 7'2", so it's like if you're athletic enough to, and he is a great defender, by the way, but you're athletic enough to stay with those guards, be present on the drives, and affect big man shots underneath. I think they have by far been the most surprising playoff team for me because I just didn't expect it to be the number one seed in the West this early.
I feel that. For me, the most surprising thing is just the way that the landscape of the NBA has changed. I mean, you look at the top players of this generation, you probably look at prior to this season over the course of 10 years, be toss up between Curry, Bron, and KD. And you looking at the NBA landscape now, you looking at these playoff teams, it's like they trying to get these guys up out of here. LeBron is fighting for his life in the play-in just to sniff a spot in the postseason. Curry ain't even make it, what, I think twice now within the span of the play-in tournament being installed into this new playoff format. And KD's been down he hasn't had home court advantage since he touched Phoenix. I mean, you're looking at all these top-tier teams, and none of them got these star faces that we're accustomed to seeing. Now, they're stars in their own right, SGA, and you're looking at guys like Luka as well. But as far as what we've been accustomed to for the better part of 10 years, it's a new day and age in basketball. And that's, I think, something that's probably got swept under the radar.
I think that's a humongous thing too. Like the old guard getting passed off and giving it to the new guard, like the new generations coming in and like making us feel like secure, like okay, like we can trust these guys to be as entertaining and to give us the same level of hoops, if not even better, for the next 10 to 15. Because prior to like Bron and all them, like around that time in the league, I'm like, how would the league look when Bron's gone, when Curry's gone, when KD's gone? Like when some of these more high marketed players that we know and love are out because they're pushing 30, Bron 39, KD 36, like they only getting older. So now, like you're saying, like referring to these younger stars, you got Ja Morant, you got the Zions, you got a lot of, Wembanyama, I'm pretty sure, realistic, he gonna probably be in the playoffs by next year. That's a hot take right there, straight from CDS podcast. But I think the Spurs, it's a lot of great teams. A lot of great players on these teams, and they only got room to improve. And they coming out freakish. Like, we got 2 7'2" dudes, they ain't finna run the league next 15, 20 years. If that trajectory goes the way we assume, Chet and Wemby should be killing the league. And then you got some guys, a guy from overseas, his name Alex Sar. I don't know how to say his name, but he's a top 5 projected pick, 7'3", can shoot the 3 ball. Like, it's a lot of these guys coming through the league. So I think the league is in real good hands with the new young and up and coming talent that's coming through the league. I think when Bron and KD and all the older guys leave out the door, we are already in great hands with Luka Doncic and Jokic and all of these other guys. Like, it's a really exciting time for basketball.
For sure. And it's not like that that mantle was given and passed down. I feel like these young guys is taking it. Jokic knocked KD and Bron off back-to-back last year. Curry was essentially a non-factor as a top-tier level scorer that he is to a team that barely could even scratch a top 10 seed in his own conference. You're looking at guys like Giannis, you're looking at guys like Embiid. It's a lot of talent spread all across the league, and these young guys are really trying to. They not only left a mark, they are trying to spread it to as many broad eyes as possible because these guys are here to stay.
Not capping about that one.
For me, man, like what surprised me the most, of course, the Thunder. As a guy that really messed with the Thunder, it really surprised me as us being the number 1 seed because, bro, we hadn't been a top seed since like 2012, 2013 season. And that was a while back. That's when we still had like KD, we had Westbrook, we had James Harden. We had that whole nice little squad. So for me to like see us back at the top, you know what I'm saying? It's great. Like, you know what I'm saying? That really gives me that confidence boost, you know what I'm saying? Like, gives me that confidence boost to, like, support them more. So that's really been a surprise. Like, I like how SGA been hooping. I like how the whole team been hooping. J-Dub, Chet, you know what I'm saying? Josh, like, I like how all those guys have been playing this whole season, It really excited me. Like, and as young as they are, they're the age of a college team. So it's like, for them to be that young and be like the number 1 seed, like, you can only be like, dang. So, like, it's like, what do you expect for the next year? Like, it really, gets you going. It's like, dang, like, are they gonna do this next year too? Because it's like they have so much potential on their team, to be like, stars, whatever already. They're in that phase of becoming stars, But it's just like, dang, like what do we expect from the OKC Thunder? Because we really start everybody. Yeah, you start myself, like y'all. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just excited to see what the next years bring and everything like that. But
Trust me, it ain't gonna be sweet. That's for sure. Niggas,
nah,
y'all snuck up on people last year. It's time for y'all to get the real treatment like Jokic and these top tier guys getting where they like, all right, we know they good. You can't sleep on us no more. Or you can't sleep on y'all no more. Y'all can get people best.
and it's crazy because it's like, ain't this like the toughest the West has been in a while? Like in a while.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this year the West was tough, like real tough. But man, like it's just crazy. But the next question I got for y'all, man, is which player do you see as a potential X factor in their upcoming series?
Like any player or like
Pretty
what
much.
every series or just like one series?
You can just name one series, like the games that's coming up, bro. Like you got the Bulls, the Heat, you got you got the Magic versus the Cavaliers, you got the
Uh
Lakers, the
I
Nuggets.
get it now. I'll
Yeah.
probably say the biggest X factor. The biggest X factor in these playoffs right now would probably have to be Michael Porter Jr. I think Michael Porter Jr., his role on the Nuggets is really essential. I think he can't have those games where he ain't scoring and he ain't giving, like, he's not valuable on the floor. You need, if you're not scoring it at your normal clip, you need to be more productive. You need to grab them rebounds. You need to play good defense. You have to be like, it was multiple games where Michael Porter Jr., he couldn't make a bucket, so he was unimpactful. So Coach Malone put him on the bench. So with a guy like him, it's like his role is really real essential to this team, and they play off hopes and like might be on the shoulders of him because Jokic is gonna do Jokic things. We already know Jokic is damn near guaranteed for a 30-point trip dub every night in the playoffs, and we know Murray, he hasn't disappointed yet. He gonna 20, 20, 26, 27 minimum. So it's like they all come down to that third score, and I think Porter been doing a good job as it this year, increasing his rebound and shoot, he played 81 games. That's a humongous accomplishment knowing him and his story with his back surgery and like it's hard to play those many amount of games in the league with his injury history. So I think he's a big X factor in these playoffs, and I think he would be pretty much the deciding factor on if the Nuggets end up being repeat champions or they get upset by one of these teams in the West, or potentially the finals.
For sure. I feel like the biggest X factor, at least that I can see, it's gonna kind of sound crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but James Harden. I mean, you look at that Clippers team. They got all the talent in the world. We've heard this take yada 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 for the past 5 years when they first had Kawhi and Paul George when they first arrived in LA, and they have yet to get the job done. I think they just went to their first ever conference finals when they went up against the Suns, when they went and made they run to the game against the Bucks. Yeah, they just went to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. And with a team with that kind of talent for that long period of time as standing, there's no way in the world that they should be having this lackluster level of production. So they invested a lot of time and energy and money into sacrificing their future in order to get that chip now. James Harden is supposed to be that guy who is able to take that team over the top. Not in the sense of, oh, you got to be this Houston version of yourself, this 35 plus point per game, 10 assists a night type of guy. You got to be a level of distributor for the guys that's ahead of you. Yeah, you got guys like I like Kawhi. You got guys like Paul George. You got guys like Russell Westbrook who can ignite that team in itself on the offensive and potentially the defensive side of the ball. But as a distributor, are you going to be enough to elevate your team in a role of helping them get to not only through the first round against the Mavericks, but to potentially a finals push? And we've all seen what James Harden has had to do over the past few years when he's in the playoffs, under the bright lights, he fades. He's a superstar, but under the pressure, he turns into a piece of coal because pressure makes diamonds, and he does not shine whatsoever. So I'm just trying to figure out what in the world is it going to take for the Clippers to finally get over that hump, and I feel like it has the potential to be James Harden.
I think if they need to get over that hump, they need to get rid of Harden. I think what they had before Harden was they had a scary team. Denver had a team to be low key. Not they could push them for sure, but I think Harden wasn't a good mixture with their team. Like obviously, he kind of remodeled his role into okay, I'm gonna go give me some bucks. I'll go score 20-something a night to like okay, I'll give out 8 to 10 assists per night. Less aggressive on the offense, and I think ultimately that hurts them because they didn't bring Harden there to just be the essential point guard. They brought Harden there to necessarily be Harden, and what Harden is okay. I can attack, but also get my teammates involved. Is that kind of became his first nature because at first I was like 1A, 1B. Like now his passing pretty much overtook his scoring now. I think Harden more for a passer than okay, like Harden, we know what he finna do. Give me a bucket, like step back, play with you for 5 seconds at top the key, drive by. Like that's what we used to know Harden for. Now we kind of just know Harden for like, okay, we expect Harden to go out there give me at least 8 plus assists, at least 5 rebounds. You really don't even know what the point shoot. Harden had games this year with 0 points. 5 points, 8 points. Like, I think ultimately Harden not going to be able to get it done. But I think if the Clippers want to be considered real contenders, and they're going to get tested real early because the Mavericks ain't no punks. I think Harden, like you said, he does have to step up. But if the Clippers smart, they see it's not working out, put in Westbrook. Put in Westbrook. Westbrook meshes well with those two guys. And he kind of like, I think him going to the bench really gave him like it humbled him in a sense, and like he appreciates his role on the team even more because he knows like, all right, like I might be a one temper tantrum away, oh my god, like crying another cry session away from being out the league. So he kind of understands it now, and I think he really elevated his game in his new elevated role. Which ultimately puts them to the they potentially could make it to the finals if they're hitting on all cylinders.
See, that's why I think Harden is the biggest X factor because if you remember, nobody but the Clippers really wanted him. Like the way that you see that Russell Westbrook is looking at himself like, okay, this is it for me if I want to make myself valuable to the NBA. So is Harden because he's had his moments too where he makes organizations frustrated. He got his way in Houston and it didn't work. He got his way in Brooklyn and he ran away. He got his way in Philly and they wanted him gone off the rip. Plus, he ain't even like Daryl Morey. So he's looking at this and thinking to himself as well, this is his last stop for the foreseeable future as a star level component to a championship contender. He wants to get buckets and do his thing and continue his legacy in terms of like being a scoring machine. He could go to a trash team because they'll definitely use that in order to sell them seats in the arenas. As far as actually having a chance to get that Larry O'Brien, this might be it for him. And his level of impact on the offensive side of the ball at his best can potentially uplift that city, LA, into being a respectable championship contender on the level of Denver, on the level of Boston, on the level of the Lakers on an annual basis.
I agree with y'all on that. That was good. That's good. Both y'all have pretty good takes on the two X factors, man. Especially with Harden. I agree with that, Charles. Harden, he hasn't been playing he hasn't been playing like that old Harden we used to see in a long time. And yes, when he does get in the playoffs, he does choke, is what we say. But yeah, he hasn't played like that old Harden, that Houston Harden we seen when we were younger. And forever. We haven't seen that in a long time, bro. And I feel like he is like the X factor. Like he gonna have to step up. I mean, if not Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? He like T.K. said, he mixes well with those other guys. He mixes well with Kawhi and PG. But you know what I'm saying? It can't just be them three doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Harden gonna have to step up as well. And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Harden can get out there and do what he do, man. If he step up, you know what I'm saying? They can potentially be like contenders. You know what I mean? And that's really how I feel about that take right there. So, what y'all think?
I agree.
Same.
So the next question, bro, the next question I got for y'all, bro, is in terms of legacy, this is gonna be a good one. Which player has the most to gain or lose in this playoff series?
Legacy wise, I'll say the most to gain would be, this is a tricky one, but if I had to say most to gain, I'll say KD. And the reason I say KD is because, okay, this isn't an overpowered team. They're the 6th seed in the West. He has to, at the end of the day, Devin Booker could be Devin Booker. Bradley Beal could be Bradley Beal. But if KD is really in these talks, like how everybody want to tell me how he's top 10 already and all that stuff, I don't like, no, he's not. He hasn't had to lead a team to the promised land as the sole number one option on that team ever. And like you could say he was one in Golden State, but it was 1A, Curry and KD. So you can't really just say he was leading the team. He may have been leading the team in points, but when you have the luxury to play with the 2 greatest shooters to ever touch a basketball, and you got a defensive specialist, multi-defensive player of the year, and all defensive team in Draymond Green, I mean, shoot. Your role is pretty much go out there and give me 30 a night. Give me 30 a night, play solid defense, but Golden State, we play team defense, so you really don't have too many responsibilities. With the Brooklyn Nets, he kind of had to take on more of that load. Even with Harden and Kyrie, he made it from the jump. All right, I'm the best player on the team. I'm Uno. Get me involved, like around the end of the game. Like the ball should be in my hands. My hands, Kyrie hands. But the Suns, it's like, okay, Devin Booker, he is the one on that team. I'm not gonna say he isn't the one, but you have no excuse why you can't win the finals with a team like this. No matter what we can say about them not having enough chemistry and all the other BS that people want to say about them, that's a good team. And you're Kevin Durant, and you got the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, which is a good team. Don't get me wrong, but if you're as good as what everybody portrays you to be, which is top 10 in all time rankings, you have to show it. At some point, you have to show it without the greatest shooter on planet Earth as your sidekick. And I don't mean he has to be the one, but that means I have the most playoff experience. I'm the, like, he's the best. Like, he should prove I'm one of the guys. I deserve to be in that top 10. I think a ring for him would be tremendous in his legacy, because by then I'll look at him different. I'm like, okay, I know you're not the one on your team, but if you perform up to the top 10 level, like standards of all time, I may have to like reconsider. I'm like, okay, like he may not be top 10, but he proved to me a lot off of the playoff performance. And I think the biggest to lose, the biggest to lose if they lose in this playoffs would probably be Tatum. I ain't gonna lie, it got to be Tatum. And like he don't really just got too much of a legacy, because he just get in a couple first team All NBAs, a multi All-Star player, one of the premier faces of the league. But at the end of the day, we gotta like cut the crap with him. Like the shit he does is trash. In the playoffs, you can't have one game you have 50, another game you have 10. Like it's we gotta hold him to these standards that we hold these superstar level players. And if we think Tatum is that, he has to perform as a superstar player. It can't be 1 minute I'm on, 1 minute I'm down. You're consistently here for your team when it matters most. If you lose, you know you're getting the blame. And like he hasn't been playing good enough where it's like, okay, like it wasn't Tatum's fault. When they lost in the NBA Finals, Tatum and Brown were both playing like some boo-boo. When they lost last year to the Heat, Tatum was okay. And then obviously Tatum did get hurt, but there's no excuses. When you're on the court, you're on the court. That's just what it is. If you're on the court, there's no excuses. If you're too hurt, get off. So we can't judge you. But if you're on the court, they're not gonna take a light off you because you hobbling on one leg. They're gonna guard you the same way how they guarded you the whole season. So I think Tatum and the team is way too good. That team is way too damn good. Porzingis, Brown, Holiday, him, and Derek White. That's an OD starting. Like that's the best starting five in the league. It's not even close. So what's the excuse? How many good players that Tatum need? He already had Kyrie. He had Gordon Hayward. He had Rozier. He had all these guys. So I was like, that's one guy in the league that realistically have no excuse on why he haven't won yet. So I think him not winning the title this year, that would be a tremendous fall for his legacy.
Make a break. It's make a break with you.
Yeah,
make a break for real.
So what you got?
it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword for sure. Because he has a lot to gain too, but at the same time, I mean, you're the same guy who was down 0-3 to a playing team in the Eastern Conference Finals. You were the same guy who was getting outplayed in the NBA Finals by Al Horford, which is no slight to Al, but at the same time, if you're that guy, if you're a perennial MVP candidate, if you're the best player on your team, the moment you walk in and on most nights the best player on the court, you have to have something to show for it. And in all honesty, anything less than a trip to the finals is probably a disappointing year for the Celtics. And really, they need to walk away with the championship because they are, in the NBA, the team to beat. I know Denver won it last year, and I know they're trying to repeat and do their thing, so I got to show respect to them. But in terms of just looking at this season alone in its totality, nobody's messing with the Celtics in terms of all the type of talent that they have. There is really no excuse for them, and there is certainly no excuse for him. So I agree with you in the term of who has the most to lose. As far as the most to gain, I'd say Luka. I like the fact that he's being pushed into these best player in the league talks already because he's been doing this for a very long time. He has a track record of showing up in the playoffs. Anybody he plays outside of the Clippers, he's basically taking that team to new heights. He overcame the Jazz. He came back against the Suns when all that rivalry was going on a few years ago. He was knocked off by the Warriors, but he definitely made sure it was not his fault. Whenever he's given a competent squad to be under, he's able to do a lot of wonderful things. And now he's got the best squad he's ever had. If he's able to be that leader to the point where he's now elevated into those talks by the way of his play, then the Mavericks should go pretty damn far. They should not have to look at themselves and think of themselves as, oh, we're the underdogs. They should be looked at as top dogs. They've had a up and down season up until around the All-Star break, and then all of a sudden they flipped that switch, and it's been like heaven on earth for Dallas. And it's because of Luka. If he goes and makes this deep run to where if he makes another deep run to where he's in the finals, to where he actually has a chance to get that Larry O'Brien, it will do wonders for his legacy. He might be thrown into them conversations the same as Jokic. He might not be elevated above him, but he'll definitely be not too far below the pedestal when it comes to these all-time greats.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that one. That's because Jokic 2-time MVP, realistically gonna be 3-time MVP after the announcements. Multi-time All-Star, multi-time first team All-NBA, and like truthfully, he would have been first team All-NBA last year. They didn't have the they didn't just now put the rule in where it's like positionless. He would have been first team All-NBA every year since he touched his prime. or since he been that good. So, like you said, Luka is, to my opinion, I think Luka is the second best player in the NBA behind Jokic. We can debate that here and there. You know, it's whatever y'all want to do with that. But I like the Luka one. I think he does have a lot to gain for winning that championship, because that's gonna put him in them like real deal talks, because that he will be the true number one on a they have a chance. That Maverick team has a chance. So I believe if Luka does win, that was a great take. I ain't gonna lie. That was great.
For me, the most to lose, I hate to say it, but it would be KD, because
Kevin Durant.
it's
not the Slim Reaper.
It's gonna be my boy KD, man. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, now he has a chance to, like, he's the best player on the Suns, so it's like now you have a chance to like prove everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been talking down on KD for a minute, like, oh, he can't lead the team. But now it's like the make or break. I think this is the make or break with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know you a bucket, bro, but like leadership qualities, you just have, like, you gotta lead your squad, bro. And it can't just be like D-Book, can't be Brad. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be you. You know what I'm saying? Like TK, like you said, he's the one with the most playoff experience. He's been in the league longer than pretty much, I want to say everybody on that team. But yeah. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's the vet. He's like the real deal vet, and like the vet with like all the experience. You know what I'm saying? He done won a championship before. You know what I'm saying? He done been in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He done played against like the prime players and everything like that. So with me, I feel like it is KD. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot to make up for it. And do I feel like he can do it? Yes, but you know what I'm saying? Only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what's up. But most of the game, that's a good one. Man, it's kind of tricky, but I'm gonna say SGA. I'm gonna say SGA gonna have the most of the game, because you've led this. You don't think so? You don't think SGA has the most of the game?
Hell no.
Why not?
No, I agree with Mario. I ain't gonna lie, I agree.
Why not?
Hell no.
Check me out. You done led this squad to you done led the squad to becoming the first seed in the West, bro. Come on now. Come on.
Nigga, the most of game?
Why not?
He in the conversation for sure.
He the third.
He's overachieving. This nigga SGA has never been a number one option on any type of playoff team.
Exactly.
But now,
how is that the most of game though?
Bro, you led this team to the NBA playoffs. Y'all the number one seed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. But everybody is talking down on the Thunder, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're gonna lose first round. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to show up.
Realistically, though, we had no real expectation for the Thunder. Like, let's be honest, bro. When we came into this season, bro, we did not say, okay, the Thunder is gonna be a contender. We didn't say that shit. Like, the main thing, they could be an 8, 7, 6 seed at best. Okay, they overachieved. Are we expecting the OKC Thunder to go to the finals? Just simply yes or simple no. Charles and Maury, yes or no? Y'all expect them to go to the finals?
I don't expect them to go to the finals, but
that's it. That's it.
Hear me out. I don't
understand. It's yes or no. Yes or no.
Don't you wait? Hold on. Don't you think that feeds into it though?
Nah, yes or no, Maury? Yes or no? Do you expect them to go to the finals this year? Yes or no?
Not yet, but they can surprise me. Not yet, but they can surprise me.
Thank you. I heard a hell no. Thank you.
No. It's not a hell no.
It's football.
Like, no, it's not.
It's not a hell no.
OKC has no chance of making the NBA final this year, and I bet y'all big money that we can make that. Like, OKC is not going to the NBA final.
They finna play the Pelicans or the Kings.
Nigga, that's the first round. You doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay, think about it like.
Right. All right. But no,
like, what the hell? We came in the season thinking that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gonna lead these niggas to a 1 seed. No,
he went crazy.
Like this though. Bro, think about it like this. You don't think he's gonna go to the NBA finals, right, T?
Hell no.
Okay, so what if he actually gets him a ring? What would you think of him? Like just him in general.
That's impressive.
That's it.
That's it. You don't
I mean,
think
that's
You don't
not the
think that-
most,
crazy?
but that's not the most to gain because he didn't have those expectations. Like the most to gain is like, okay, you have those expectations. You've been doing good, but surprisingly, your team, you elevate your team to a different level to go win that chip. Like Luka, every year Luka coming that bitch, we like, all right, like the team, if we put around the right piece around these niggas, they could realistically be championship contenders. Do we not? If Luka, they go into all season, they put around good pieces, we can say, oh shit, these niggas are a live threat to win the chip. We do that with Luka.
Right.
We don't do that with freaking Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder. Like
I
if they
mean,
go win it, that's a
I
shot.
think, but I only said him because we haven't. When was the last time we been to the playoffs? When did I say?
You said the
2012,
playoffs?
2013? Yes, the last time we went.
2021.
Yeah, like
We
around
all-
that time. Right.
we
But
all
we haven't been
played
the number
in the
one
bubble.
seed. We hadn't been a number one seed since 2012, 2013. So it's like for us to be in this position that we in, man, I expect a lot. And if Shea could lead them to the finals, that'd be great. If he can lead them to the chip, you know what I'm saying? He can be in that talk. He can be in the talk like you know what I'm saying, one of the best players in the league, at least. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you can. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that's your opinion. I just know I ain't putting no stock in that crap.
Oh man, y'all killing me. Y'all gonna stop sleeping, bro. Like what's wrong?
Like
I feel you.
before the series,
It's
I'm
a little too early to say that, but like, bro, have you been like hearing like all the stuff that they've been saying about him? Not it's been nothing bad, but it's just like he's MVP. Like everybody thinks Shea is gonna win MVP. Should
Hell,
it be Jokic?
who?
You saying that?
Nigga, Shaq?
Okay.
Like what? Like, bro, are you
Gilbert Arenas said
serious?
the same thing.
Who?
Gilbert Arenas said the same thing.
Bro, do you know who you're listening right
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro.
now?
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
what?
It's a lot.
He said Gilbert Arenas ago.
Oh my god. Anyways,
That nigga known for bad takes.
Hey,
That nigga is known, bro.
But it's more than just Gilbert Arenas, bro. It's like hella people that give Shea props. Bro.
name one other person.
Name another person.
Bro, you gotta think. Look, I just be scrolling. But
We got him, coach.
Y'all
We
think
got
so?
him.
Y'all think so?
That
Nah, I
boy
really feel like
froze.
Charles, bro. Does that not make sense? Like he doesn't have the most to gain.
I feel like he could gain a lot, but I mean,
That's what I'm saying. He can gain a lot. I'm not saying he like on that level of like Luka and you know what I'm saying, Jokic and like LeBron and them. Nah, not Chet. Like he young. He's still young. Like he has many more years to come, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. But
for sure.
nah, go ahead and say what you was about to say.
I understand both of y'all perspectives. Like on your side, T, it's like, okay, these expectations that we have on these other guys, Giannis, Jokic, Bron, and B, they're gonna be placed on Shea's shoulders at the very start of the next season. Like once the season is over, the Thunder are gonna be looked at as real deal title contenders.
Facts.
But on your side, Amari, it's like, okay, if he actually gets it done this year, we might have him the way that I was talking about Luka being in this top tier, the best player in the NBA talks. Shea gonna elevate himself to being in that conversation. The top 5 is gonna be looked at as like, okay, where do we fit Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? Is he gonna be towards the upper part of it, top 3, top 2? Is he gonna be number 1? And with the ring, you can definitely have a whole lot of weight to pull if you have that piece of jewelry on your ring finger for sure.
Hey, hold up. Before we do all that, a lot of people have some really shaky paths to the finals with a lot of injuries. Don't make me get to naming people. But I respect your approach where you coming from, Mari, but do I realistically think that the Thunder have a realistic chance? Like, I mean, not realistic chance. If Shea wins is the most of games, like, I don't know about that one. Because like he just don't have those expectations that we put on like these other guys' shoulders. Like we're expecting them. Like if the Lakers was to lose to the Pelicans and play them, how? Just raise your hand if you think that the Lakers are going to beat them in the playoff series. It's okay, Mario. You can.
If I thought the Lakers are gonna beat,
You can get it up.
The Pelicans were gonna beat the Lakers.
That the Lakers were going to beat y'all in the series. If put your hand up, you think they're going to beat y'all in the 7-game series? If they ended up being
they barely beat the fucking Pelicans. So it's like,
nigga, they for sure smashing y'all.
No, I feel like it'll be a good series.
Yeah, good series to 5.
Ain't nobody
be done with y'all.
The Lakers ain't doing nothing crazy, bro. Like Zion gave them niggas 40. What you mean? Like,
and they still won, man. That's the crazy thing.
And do y'all have a Zion?
Huh?
Do y'all have a Zion?
Nah, but we got players that's just as talented. Like, that's only like, come on, bro.
We're not talking about talent level. We're talking about team build. Like that team is
talking about like size.
Hey, you hit it on you nail on the head. Shoot, y'all got no size to mess with them. Brian taking whoever he wants to the woodshed, having his way,
and Chet gonna throw that shit out the fucking stadium. What you mean, like?
AD gonna put, bro? I'm telling you, AD might put him in the hospital.
Chet gonna get you mess around and get put in foul trouble.
Nigga,
I mean, probably.
Chet gonna be watching with us after he get dominated with AD. Like,
I mean.
What are we talking about?
The Lakers. I mean, the Lakers. They got like a size advantage, but bro, they don't like.
They don't what?
It's not.
They have.
They
have the best player in the series.
Yeah,
it ain't even close.
They got the best two.
Yeah, but like, bro,
nigga, who's guarding
y'all barely can fuck with the Pelicans, so it's just like,
bro, y'all can barely fuck with good teams. Like, nigga, y'all played the Bucks and got game tied. Like. Nigga, they put belt to ass.
Did we have our two players though? Did we?
Y'all sure did, and got that belt to booty.
I thought she hurt that guy.
Nigga, they was in that hotel taking turns. Pat Bev and that
bitch. That's the Bucks. We talking about.
Nigga, that's a good team that y'all can't fuck with. Y'all can't fuck with a lot of good teams.
I can admit that. I know, but the Lakers, I mean,
y'all can't. And that's a team that if they was smart,
just have a size advantage, like
and a talent.
Like, other than that, the niggas is not all that. Like, they cool, they all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they're not the Nuggets. They're not like those guys. Hell no. But like,
no, they're not the Nuggets. But shit, who are y'all? Like, nigga, y'all are the OKC Thunder.
We like what? Half of the Lakers team is, bro. Come on, bro. We a young squad. Like,
no experience.
Right.
No experience.
This gonna be the experience. This gonna be
no experience, no size. And then they got the best player, and then they got 2 of the top 3 best players in that series. AD having a field day with whoever he want. Y'all don't got nobody mess with AD or Brian. And then Brian is dangerous as a playmaker.
Do shit against the Pelicans.
Huh?
He barely could do shit against the Pelicans.
Who?
AD.
AD just came off of a 30-piece the season finale, and then the last game they played, he had 20 and 15. Like, trust me, AD holds his own. That's for sure. And against Chet, I promise you, that's a fish fry.
Mar, think about it like this, bro. You got the defending champs in the Nuggets going up against the Lakers, and there is a legitimate scenario where you can see that has people looking at the Lakers and thinking to themselves like, dang, they could pull off the upset. It ain't even just about talent. It's about matchup.
They could. The matchup does matter. You're right. But, like, yeah. I mean, I can't argue with that. Yeah, they have, like, we talked about this, like, in one of the other episodes. Like, I said, like, they do have, like, a capability. They do have the capability to upset the Nuggets. But because of their size, like, not the size, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Just the matchups is, like, perfect. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Jokic, he gonna bake AD ass. So it's like,
yeah.
And he low key be locking AD up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the shit I've seen, like, on film, nigga, like the highlights and shit.
That nigga said film.
And the film, but yeah, the highlights, whatever you want to say.
That's a real check the stats member right there. We do like we give
And look, whenever, but yeah, bro, like that right there, he low key be liking his ass up. I'm not gonna lie, but that was a little hot. That was a hot take. I ain't gonna lie. But, the next question I have for y'all is: which team do you think has the most effective bench? The bench depth. Which team do you have? Okay, let me restart that. I'm tripping. Which team do you think has the most effective bench depth? And how crucial would that play? Well, how crucial would that be in the playoffs?
You said the team with the most bench depth.
Yeah, like the most effective bench depth. And
Uh,
how crucial would that be in the playoffs?
I think if I had to say one team, I'll probably say the Bucks. I mean, not the Bucks. I'm tripping. The Knicks. The reason I say the Knicks is because they have a lot of good. They got a lot of good guys, and a lot of good guys that, like, truthfully, it's the reason why they got better when Randall went out instead when he was here. There's no disrespect because Randall's had one of his better seasons, but that team is perfectly designed around Brunson. Brunson can be the scorer, facilitator, you name it. He's built for it. We clearly see it. And then you have your Rough Riders around that's going to play defense, good catch and shoot guys. And then you have the bigs that not the best, but they do their job and they do it efficiently. So coming off your bench, you got I want to make sure Bogdanovich, the shooter in the trade from the Pistons. He's averaging 15 points a game, giving them about 20 to 25 minutes per night. And then you got Alex Burke coming off the bench with Precious Achiuwa. Miles McBride played heavy minutes for him as well. And then they don't have some of their guys in their starting lineup consistently because OG Anunoby, he's still ramping up from that injury and stuff like that. He's in one night, out the next. But for the most part, that team is a really scary team. And truthfully, that's a team that I hope makes the final because they deserve it. They play well. They play rugged defense. And then they have a superstar that's not afraid of the moment. And I think this upcoming playoffs, he's going to really show why he's a number one. Like, he's one of them one. And he's better than a lot of point guards already.
That's interesting. I agree with the Knicks, but I want to get into which point guards you feel like he's better than.
He's better than Trae Young.
Okay.
He's better than Donovan Mitchell.
Maybe.
He said maybe. He better. It's hard. I got to see after the playoff series, but I want to say he better than Murray. But I want to. He better than Murray. I'll say better than Murray.
Brunson?
Yeah, Brunson better than Murray.
I don't know.
It ain't too many guards better than Brunson. The only guard that you can say better than Brunson is Luka. And we don't know what to call Luka. Luka just better than fucking everybody in the league. But
that nigga is different, bro.
Like, bro, Brunson's better than he better than Dame. He's better than Kyrie. He better than Donovan Mitchell. He better than Murray. He's better than Harden by far. I hope we don't have no pushback with that. He better than D Fox. Like, the only guards I can't say he's not better than, he ain't better than Curry. He ain't better than Luka. That's it. He better than Shea. Thank you. No pushback. All right, now continue what you're saying. I just, I had to take them boys on. Clean my hands with them. You see, I left them speechless.
Oh no. I agree with you with the Knicks. For as centered around Jalen Brunson as their offense is, they got a lot of key pieces, not just on the bench, but just their whole team in general. They are really organized almost to perfection. I mean, they got a lot of guys that can stop the ball. They got a lot of decent defenders. They got a decent amount of shooters who, if one slips up, they can have someone that can step in and fill that role. Overall, I feel like, in general, the Knicks as a unit, if you just look at their 10-man roster, they don't have, like, the same level of talent as maybe like a Boston or maybe like a Philly or anything like that. But in general, they could give a lot of guys problems, a lot of teams fit, and they could realistically make a.
The hell is that?
Huh?
Y'all didn't hear that?
It wasn't me.
Wasn't
That's not
me.
me either. Y'all didn't hear that? Am I tripping?
I did hear that.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
I don't know what that
But
was.
shoot, anyway, Charles, I don't think that the Knicks ain't too far off from them type of teams. But the team construction, I think they one of the top teams with the current overall roster. They have a lot of good guys, in my opinion. But you can continue.
Yeah, I feel like they could realistically give anybody in the East problems to where they have a legitimate run to the finals. Obviously, they're going to be heavy underdogs when you get against if Milwaukee was fully healthy, if they were to go against the Bucks, if they were to go against the Celtics as presently constructed, and if the Sixers were just if Embiid never even had that injury, they'd probably be looked at as heavy underdogs in general. They want to be the favorites in none of those. But if the Knicks were to actually make a run to the finals, I feel like a lot of people would be surprised by the fact that, oh, it's the Knicks. But not necessarily when you look at their team chemistry and their team makeup. They got a lot of dudes. And in general, I'm not picking them to win that trophy. But I wouldn't be the most shocked if they were to actually have a legitimate chance to go all the way to being that one of the last two teams in the entire postseason.
No pushback with you there. I think the Knicks. Hey, the Knicks are my. Let me stop. Let me say that for the rest of the episode. Mario, you can go.
I rock with the Knicks. They have a good bench, and they have a great starting five and bench indeed. Very talented team. Y'all pretty much said everything that I was gonna say. So it's like,
Nigga, you chose the Knicks too.
I'm agreeing with y'all on them.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I said the team I think that has another team I think that has a good bench as well. I say the Orlando Magic. Like that's a pretty good young team. Like starting five, bro. You got Dennis Suggs, you got Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, you got Paulo, you got Wendell. Well, Wendell ain't even on that team no more though.
Yeah, yeah.
He is okay. I was like, bro, I thought I was tripping. We didn't see that. But yeah, Wendell, you know what I'm saying? Hey, because I ain't know if it was updated. I'm looking, I'm like,
Yeah, he on the team.
I had to make sure, bro. But I was thinking about a whole nother player. I'm tweaking. But on their second string, you know, they got Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Joe Ingles, Jonathan Isaac, Maurice Wagner, you know what I'm saying? They have other good players like Anthony Black, Caleb Houston.
He DNPing.
Who, they're not playing?
No, I'm saying they're not going to get minutes. Like, they're going to be on that bench.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Black, he get in sometimes, but like,
What are you talking about? In practice?
Anthony Black, they don't let Anthony Black hoop before. I mean, either way, like the bench.
He plays. You're not lying about it. He plays, but like, he ain't coming up that bench. He gonna be on his Keystar bench. I'm all playoff long. As far as they go, that team too deep for him. And he's not a bad player. Don't get me wrong, but that team is already deep. Already kind of like they're trying to bid him along for next year, not necessarily this year.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's a pretty talented young team. They have a good starting five, and they have a good bench. Well, second string bench coming up. So, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty talented team.
That's a good pick.
Yeah. Like that's a team that right there that is really, I'll say, overlooked. They had a good season this year too. I can't remember what they were in the East. Yeah, I couldn't. Damn, what were they?
Who?
The Magic. I can't remember where they were in the East.
The fifth seed.
Yeah, they were top 5 in the East. My bad. But yeah, they were top 5 in the East. So like they had a really good season. Yeah, that's all I really have to say, man. That's a talented young squad right there. I really like the Magic. You said what?
Said no Diddy.
Nigga said no. He said no Diddy. Let me see. Another question I have is, let me see. How have previous regular season matchups between playoff contenders influenced your expectations for the playoffs?
You said how have what? Can you repeat it?
How have previous regular season matchups between playoff contenders influenced your expectations for the playoffs?
I take it as if you play in a regular season and you don't have a history of a choke job or y'all not good playoff performers. And it's like, okay, like this is your new identity. You got a new team with experience and forming well. It's a matchup base. Like at the end of the day, we can think one team better than the next, but it's all about matchups. Do you match up well against their guy? And a lot of teams, like OKC, if they run across the right opponent, they can make it all the way to the final. But I think matchup base wise, they aren't good against certain other teams. So I think regular season kind of gives you an indicator of, okay, your record against the rest of the league might be good, but when you play me, it's like, oh shit, like that's not the matchup that I want in order to continue my season on, because it's gonna be a little tougher. You got our number.
It's like, damn, we really gotta play these niggas. Like
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, we gotta play them. But
like what? Like you think the Lakers, they had the chance, they could have lost, but I'm pretty sure they like, oh shit, we gotta go mess with Jokic again in Denver. Again, he finna go drop off another 40 piece. Like they already knowing that they realistically gonna lose. And like truthfully, they should have lost, so they could have an easier path to Denver. And by then you catch them in the conference finals. But
you think that series gonna go all the way to the game 7?
Hell no.
I think so. Damn.
I think that might be done in 5 or 6. It depends on what Jokic want to do.
I can agree with you on that. Charles, what you think, bro?
As far as the previous matchups go, I don't really take a lot of stock into it because, I mean, if you look at some of the regular season matchups between teams, it's so many factors that can play into, why a team lost, why a team won, why a team has a losing or winning record against their now postseason matchup. I mean, I was checking the stats not too long ago. I mean,
hey, we got to get that trademark. What? Check the stats.
Yeah. So I'm over here looking at the Knicks and the Sixers because I know that to me, I feel like that series can be the most entertaining out of all of them just because of the X factor of which Embiid are we getting in the playoffs. And I'm looking at the season series. The Knicks are 3-1, but they started playing the Philly at the beginning of 2024. I think the first game was either in January or February, which was right around the time Embiid ended up getting injured. So it's like they have the winning record, but the Sixers they didn't have their best hitter. They weren't at full strength. It's not a lot that we have to go off of in terms of, which team has the advantage, because we don't know how the Sixers look with their best player against this Knicks squad. And we don't know how the Knicks can match up with Embiid in their matchup in general. Who are they going to put on them? Who they're going to maybe send a double? Who they're going to look at? Where they're going to go man or zone or anything of that nature. So it's like I can't really go off of the regular season in terms of what to truly expect in the playoffs, because for more times than not, it's too many factors that are played into why certain teams won these specific games as opposed to this playoff environment setting.
But should Embiid and gave you countless resumes of him playing like some doo-doo in playoffs. So it's like, for him, it's like, all right, like them, I expect them to lose. And truly, I expect them to lose swiftly. Like, I might gotta grab the broom because it might be a real deal sweep, in my opinion. But
nah, I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no brooms off of that one. At least not that series. Embiid, he got a messed up resume, but he at least good for 2 rounds.
Sure, he's hurt a lot coming into these playoffs.
And that's the thing. He already had that injury bug earlier in the season. Now he got all this rest. He don't got all the miles on the season for this part of the postseason. I mean, it's like, okay.
He's hurt. He's hurt now. He's still hurt.
he is hurt now. But I guarantee you, if he wasn't available, Knicks would be done in 4. We could get to game 3 and be like, okay, we're not even going to have to tune into the game 4 because we already know what type of time it is. Now with Embiid actually there, just the threat of him alone is going to pose a lot of problems for the Knicks. I mean, you've seen it when the Heat were going up against the Sixers. I mean, Embiid did not have the greatest of nights. And just him alone, you have an all eyes tuned in on him. He has so much gravity. You ended up letting guys like Batum get off. You end up letting other guys like Kelly Oubre have pretty damn good nights. So it's like, if you don't think that would happen if they were to face off against the Knicks?
God no. I ain't worried about like the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau led basketball team are all gonna be gritty and well coached for defense. I think Tom Thibodeau he knows how to guard the Embiid, just like Spoelstra. Every time the 76ers and the Heat play, it's the same result every single time. They're losing because when you don't let Embiid play like a damn guard and dribble to a pull up instead of taking your big ass on that block at 7'1", 300 pounds and doing what God what God bless you with, which is getting on the block and making it a lot easier for him. It's really easy to rattle up that team. And like the Knicks is a top 5 defensive team in the league with the right personnel to run at whoever. I don't like, truthfully, I don't think it's too many teams that can match up against the Knicks. And I'm taking the other team. And that's for the whole NBA playoff. That's not for just the East.
I feel that. But I definitely feel like just that presence that Embiid has coming back to Philly, it's going to go – the series, in my opinion, is going to go longer than people think. Certainly longer than 4 games.
We're gonna get into segment 2, man. So
I bet.
this is in segment 2, man. We're talking about potential upsets in the NBA. This is gonna be a good one. So segment 2, question is, which of the top seeds have the biggest potential of an upset?
Me and Charles, we kind of talked about it a little earlier about what you would consider a top seed. Is it 1 through 3 or the 1 through only 1 and 2? Like what seeds?
I guess 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2.
See, that's hard because now I wouldn't really know how to answer at this point. Knicks, Boston, Denver, or OKC. I mean, if anybody, I'll say realistically OKC. I think out of those 4, they have the most likelihood of losing. I think the Knicks and the Knicks are going to take care of the 76ers swiftly. I think the Bulls going to get blown by Boston. That's not a good matchup for them at all. And Denver, they're beating LA. It's 5-6. So I think realistically, I think tonight, this Pelican King game, I think the Kings going to win that game, go to the playoffs, ride off some momentum. But I think OKC matches up well with them. I think that's a good matchup for them. But out of all teams, that means you gave me only 4 teams to pick from. I think that team has the most likelihood of getting upset.
I'm gonna do process of elimination. So you got the Celtics going up against either the Bulls or the Heat. Whoever it is, the Heat are not the same team as they was last year. They ain't finna have no Cinderella run. And I rock with Kobe White, but Chicago's not beating Boston. So we can just throw that out the way. A lot of disrespect is being put on the Thunder. They are a legitimate team. But, I mean, even if they were to play New Orleans is not healthy. Zion is gone. Brandon Ingram is on a minutes restriction. They're not going to do anything if they were to play the Thunder. And if it's the Kings, I don't see that matchup going in favor of Sacramento at all. The Nuggets and the Lakers is the most likely obvious pick, of course, because you got a 2-headed monster in LA versus like a great roster in the Nuggets. And with those 2 level of guys, you could figure out who is going to come out on top. But realistically, I'm choosing the Nuggets, not even for the respect level, but it's because nobody has an answer for Jokic. So that only leaves 1 matchup.
Oh, God. This dude here. This dude here. Go ahead and say your crap. Oh, God. He actually said it.
Bro, why are you surprised?
Like, that's just you're a hater. You gonna be too wrong.
But that's not hating. Why is that surprising?
Just go ahead and say it, bro. You ain't said your answer. I know it, but just go ahead and say it.
Man, I like the Knicks. I like Jalen Brunson. I like Hardenstein. Thibodeau's done an amazing job. New York basketball is here to stay. It's been gone for a while. They are a nice little team and everything like that. They got real deal playoff opportunities and all that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You have no reason to trust Embiid with his playoff resume. With all that being said, New York got the biggest chance of going home earlier than any one of these top 1, top 2 seeds in the NBA.
Like what?
Hey, the way he worded it was so funny. It was good, but it was so funny to me.
Like nigga, what?
The suspicion that's building up to it.
Like, bro, this dude charges it, bro.
Woo, nigga.
Mario,
Hey,
you got
You said what I got, man. Okay, with the Knicks and the 76ers, bro, I got no cap. I got the
nah,
Knicks.
no, say it.
Oh.
Nah, who you got? The team most likely to be upset.
Oh, I got the 76ers being upset. I got the King. I got the
Oh, the
Knicks.
76ers, they the 7 seed. You only got 4 options.
Oh, damn, I did. Damn. Fuck, bro. I hate when I do that shit.
Thunder, you got Thunder, you got
the
Thunder
Nuggets,
Nuggets, Thunder
Boston.
Nuggets, Knicks, Boston.
Honestly, I do not see. I got.
Go ahead and say New
I feel
York.
like this. Y'all gonna kill me for this, but I honestly feel like I'm not just talking shit. I'm not talking on my eyes, but like I really feel like the Lakers could probably give the Nuggets a good little run. I don't know. Like I feel like they could probably upset them. They have, like we said, they have perfect matchups, bro. And you know what I'm saying. They could probably upset the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a tough ass game, you know, but I really feel like the Lakers could probably like upset the Nuggets because honestly, I do not see the Kings nor the Pelicans fucking with the Thunder, and the Bulls is for sure not fucking with the Celtics. And I mean, the Knicks, I feel like the Knicks are gonna kill the 76ers, honestly. Like I really do. But other than that, yeah, I really feel like the Lakers could really give the Nuggets a run for their money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Perfect matchups. I know I keep saying that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Even though Denver has like the perfect team in a sense, the Lakers, they have LeBron, they got AD, and they have, you know, D'Lo. They have a pretty solid squad. I ain't gonna lie, like that's gonna be like a good ass matchup, bro. Like it really is. And if Bron and AD and D'Lo, if the whole team just like do what they're supposed to do, I really feel like they can upset the Nuggets. But I don't know, like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard because
That's not a bad one. That's realistically one of the better ones. I mean,
because it's Bron, and y'all know how Bron get in the playoffs, bro. This nigga don't play games. Like he's
Bron is the biggest X factor in that series. He can dictate win or loss.
Bron is gonna do Bron things. Like I know Bron's gonna play good. I already know he is. You say Bron? Do you feel like AD is a big X factor?
I mean, he is, but like, am I just expecting AD to go in there and play ball? No. Like AD's has shown more times than not that you can't trust him. So I'm not putting too much stock in the AD.
I feel like you could trust AD, just not as.
Trust him where?
I'm talking about just in. I'm talking about in these playoffs. What you mean?
Like what? Like how many times does somebody got to show you that he can't be trusted until you finally say, okay, I can't trust him? Like AD is like it's a wait and see thing with AD. It's not when we get in the playoffs, I expect Anthony Davis to come in here and perform like Anthony Davis in the regular season. But that's just my perspective on it. I ain't too keen on Anthony Davis. I don't trust him enough.
I'm pretty sure you trust him more than you don't look at it like at Anthony Davis as like somebody who's a choker.
Nah, because he really never had that type of expectations.
Nah, he's had those expectations. I mean, he was leading his team.
As what?
You don't think he was a number one option in New Orleans?
He was, but like, were we thinking, oh damn, New Orleans finna win a ship? Hell no. They was okay. It was a good enough team to make it to the playoffs. Could upset somebody in round 1, but they're gonna get their shit kicked in round 2. That's the expectation. As AD has to.
For sure.
They are a good defensive team. I like New Orleans. I like that. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good ass defensive team. I like that.
Hopefully they can get OKC so they can show you what you like.
Bro, them niggas is not fucking on my squad.
So you over here salivating at the mouth for them. Sure, you might well bring them on so they
like
can.
How they play defense. I like defense, so it's just like.
We know you like D, and then
no
D. Already. Oh.
I do not like D. This nigga here.
Making Charles smiling is
So, anyways, man, look, we got the next segment, man. So the next segment is all NBA team selections. So who y'all got as y'all all NBA selections, man?
I think first team should be consensus with everybody. SGA, Luka, Giannis, Tatum, Jokic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
ain't
what
got no argument with me.
Shit, I mean, yeah.
But I already said our first team gonna probably be similar, but these other two teams, this is probably when we're gonna have our this where it's gonna get spicy. My second team, I got Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant.
Okay. Damn. I gotta look at Paolo. You don't think Paolo could be on there?
No, what's your list? That's
me. I mean, my first list is already.
Why not the second team? Because like we all kind of got the same first. So like, if you got a different second, let me hear it.
No, we do have the same first, but Jalen Brunson, KD, LeBron. Let me see who else. I said I got Paolo. Who else at 5? Who's at 5?
Oh man, I forgot his list.
Nah, I didn't even come up with that hoe. I'm just going off the head of who I really feel like is in that hoe. Name me a good 5 real quick.
Sure, I just named my 5.
Nah. But my four already different from yours. So
well, let Charles go and then you can spin back. Charles, who your second team?
So my second team, I got Brunson, I got Ant-Man, I got AD, I got KD, and I got Kawhi.
You know what? No, I'll save it for after we get done. Mar.
That's what I was missing. I'm missing Ant. Damn, I forgot. How could I forget about Ant? That's what I was missing. That's what I was missing.
My third team, I got Curry, Paolo, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, and AD.
That's not bad. Mine look way different though.
Who you got?
Bro, I got Steph, I got Bron, I got Book, I got Zion.
What?
I got Sabonis.
Oh man.
You make it seem like I'm saying, but you don't understand me. I'm speaking English.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Charles did ask that question earlier on the phone related to that C stuff. I don't want to say it loud, but
hey, watch.
Hey, he was real intrigued when I said something about that C.
Watch out, man. I ain't finna entertain.
How is Zion on your all NBA team?
I feel like a lot of flack has been given to Zion over the past few years of him and his availability. And I get it. All NBA is not about, who's the most available. At least not until the past, this season, since it's the 65-game minimum. But Zion, on the court, on the floor, he's been a monster. I mean, you just look at his first time in the play-in tournament. his first time seeing any type of action over the normal 82 game season, he ended up dropping a 40-point double-double. And if you look at what he's been doing over this season, he's been a very consistent player. He's a true number one on his team. I get that they got BI, but he's been doing his thing for sure. CJ McCollum has been as inconsistent as ever. He's had moments of up and down stretches. So New Orleans, for their hopes in general as a team, they kind of live and die through Zion Williamson. And for more times than not, he's lived up to the billing. I feel like at a certain point, we're going to have them debates about, okay, is Zion a top 15, top 20 player in the NBA, which I don't think is any type of crazy by anybody looking at the NBA. So I feel like Zion, I just feel like bro deserves it. I feel like he done enough to help his case, help the Pelicans do good things, enough to where they were at one point a top-tier seed in the NBA. We seen what they did last year when it came to having all the talent in the world to get to that top-tier seed until injuries started to plague their season. Now that they are, for the most part, healthy up until the past few games, Zion has been that boy, and I feel like he deserves to be in that All-NBA.
Yeah, I'm real concerned about you, my good brother. That I don't know where the hell you coming up with this Zion talk. So no, you got no Paolo on your All NBA.
Now I got Sabonis.
What the hell is Sabonis do to get on the All NBA team?
What you mean? What has he done?
This is positionless.
I know.
Oh my goodness! So Jaylen Brown don't deserve to be on the All NBA team. Leading, he's on the number 1 seed team in the NBA as we speak. Averages 23 points per game. I mean, shoot, you gotta condemn winning. You gotta condemn playing games.
You do. You gotta contend a lot of things, and one thing that's in Sabonis' favor, I feel like it's kind of being overlooked, is his impact in terms of how the team is looked when they have him on the floor versus when they don't. Also, you got to look at it from terms of Jaylen Brown. He's not in this position where he's actually being the bona fide leader of his team. I guess you could have that same argument swapping between Sabonis and Fox. But if you look in and ask who's the better player on the team, I'm pretty sure all of us will say it's Sabonis, right?
All right, man, you crazy hell.
And
He just said, "You think Sabonis better than Fox?"
I'm gonna say no.
For Sacramento, yeah.
I'm talking about like overall.
For this season, just this season alone, he's been having a better season than De'Aaron Fox.
Oh man, you're crazy as hell.
Nah, De'Aaron Fox been shooting better this season, bro. He's been, like, Fox been leading that team pretty much since he got there. Really, if I'm being honest, like,
I mean, we know that, but like Sabonis finished. They literally finished as the 9th seed. They was 5th, 4th, 5th. If he's that guy, he has to keep that team afloat within where they were seated at, despite the injury, despite Malik Monk, despite Kevin Huerter. I think if you're that guy, you have to lead your team. You have to keep your team afloat, and you let your team get all the way to the play-in. 9 seed at that, they slipped out of 7-8, and they was games ahead of all of them, and they just slid. 4-quarter lead blown, 4-quarter lead blown, 4-quarter lead blown. And who was on the court every single time they had a 4-quarter lead blown? Big 11 from Gonzaga, Charles Boy, that he got as a 3rd team All NBA member. I'm like, man, come on now. Like, it's so many better options than Sabonis, but I know you got a love affair with him, so I'll let you keep that.
Oh no, hey, if you wanna root for the man that be having his left hand issues on the court, hey, you got it.
Hey, all I say is you're number 1 seed with a 64-win team, and your productivity has been good this season. You got to commend it. And a lot of players kind of push themselves. Like, I really want to put Halliburton on, but this second half of the season really messed it up for me, so I couldn't vote for him. I'm not vote for him. We ain't got no vote, but I could pick him.
Good for sure.
Me, I got Curry, Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, I got PG, and then I got Anthony Davis.
That's solid list. No argument to mirror with me.
like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. All right. So the next topic, this is player comparison. This is NFL. We switch to the NFL topic now. I love this right here. So this is player comparison. So we're gonna do a what is this? Who would you pick if you had a choice, basically?
Would
this
you rather?
This is a would you rather, basically, with Puka Nacua. So
Like resay it. So like when we do the video or like when we post it, it's gonna be like, would you rather? And then it sounds smoother. Like,
Yeah.
just who
no, we just be like just say we doing a would you rather Puka Nacua edition.
But we gotta cut this off the video. But all right, so
That's cool.
So backtrack. So we're doing a would you rather Puka Nacua edition. And let's get into it. So would you rather Puka Nacua or T. Higgins?
Puka.
I got Puka too. Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua?
Puka.
He surpassed him this year. I can't do it. He surpassed.
And Kupp on the decline too. Not in terms of production, but Puka, he came in the first year in the league. I mean, he just ascended.
So Puka Nacua or Garrett Wilson?
I'm taking Puka.
The fact that Garrett done it with that level of play at quarterback for the past few seasons, I might have to go Garrett, but I could see the Puka argument for sure.
I got it. I'm gonna go Puka on that one.
I think Garrett Wilson is like, obviously we know his quarterback issues and stuff like that. He haven't had a competent quarterback in his years in the league, but resume speaks for itself. Puka Nacua, first season in the league, by the way, can play the slot, can play the outside, real deal deep threat, can play in between the numbers, ain't afraid of contact, route running extraordinaire. Had 105 catches, 1,400 yards, 6 tugs. And then in his first ever playoff game in his NFL career, his rookie season, he had 9 receptions on 10 targets, 181 yards, and a touchdown. And as we remember, that touchdown was pretty tough. This season had 800-yard games, and he made second team All-Pro as a rookie. I mean, he made second team All-Pro. Garrett Wilson, despite what we think about him of his incompetent quarterback play, I don't refer him like Puka is in like the rare the rare receiver class in the league. Like he's a top tier receiver, and I think Garrett Wilson, I think next year he can ascend to that. But as far as like right now, I don't think he's there yet. So that's why I would go Puka over Garrett Wilson.
You don't think if Garrett had better play at the quarterback position that he would be at least having similar production to Puka?
Somewhat, yeah. That's why I would say like it's not really like it's nothing towards like his ability. Like they both have really great ability, but Puka's done it. So I mean, what can we say? Like, oh, like potential? Or are we going off like he's done it, like he's good? Like
I'd say the way I look at it is heading into next year.
That'd be Puka.
Who the next one?
So would you rather Puka Nacua or Nico Collins?
I'm taking my boy Nico all day.
Nico did play like that.
I'm taking Nico.
I gotta keep it all right. The only thing that's holding Nico behind Puka is I'm just looking at them first few years when he was in Houston and just that potential of having an injury plagued season. And just
he had no quarterbacks.
Oh no, for sure. I get it. I understand. But at the same time, the way that you kind of spoke about Puka Nacua, how he just came into the league and he was that guy, he ended up taking over the number one spot for the Rams against his competition being Cooper Kupp as a dude who's won a Super Bowl MVP. That speaks volumes. Like we talk about how CJ Stroud was a quarterback who was this close to breaking the rookie all-time passing record. Puka did that for receivers. He broke the receiving record for receiving yards out of all rookies to ever grace and lace up them cleats in the NFL for an entire season. Puka is entering the league like that. And it's no slight to Nico Collins whatsoever because Nico's my guy. But I got to keep it right.
I got Puka. All right, would y'all rather Puka Nacua? Crazy. Would you rather Puka Nacua or DJ Moore?
Puka easy.
Puka, yeah.
This is a good one right here. I like this one. Would y'all rather Puka Nacua or Brandon Ayuk? Think about it. These are both two good receivers coming off a good season. I ain't gonna lie.
Right now I'll take Ayuk because he's the number one option on San Francisco. Like he surpassed what's his name? Deebo Samuel as the number one receiver on that team. He made second team all pro this year. He's coming off of a 75 reception season, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns, with averaging pretty much 18 yards per the catch. So, I mean, his production is tremendous. So I can't really. It's hard for me to say that Puka's better than him at this moment. I think it's close. It's really close. But if I had a choice to pick one or the other, I'll take Brandon Ayuk for now. But I think give Puka the end of next year and let's see how their seasons match up. And then my answer might be different, but it's a really close one. I'll take Ayuk for now.
Yeah, Ayuk, I got no argument with that. I feel like Puka has a chance to pass him, but as of right now, you can't argue with those stats. And you look at Ayuk, I feel like what also benefits him as opposed to Puka, he's in a prime situation. I mean, yeah, he's the number one guy, but there's so many other threats that kind of takes that pressure off of him. I mean, you got to worry about Debo, you got to worry about C-Mac, got to worry about Kittle. We obviously see Purdy is no longer just some random quarterback that we just treat as nothing. He's actually a legitimate quarterback in the NFL. So he's got weapons to where you got to focus on them as opposed to him. But he's still putting up those level of stats and that production that elevates him slightly over Puka for sure.
Argument here.
No argument here. I'll rock with Brandon Ayuk. I'm rocking with Brandon Ayuk on this one. All right, so boom, let's get into the next segment, the NFL draft sleeper picks segment. I'm really excited for this one. So the first question is, who is your top sleeper pick in this year's draft, and why do you believe they are undervalued?
First off, no bias, but I think the biggest sleeper in this NFL draft is Ainias Smith out of Texas A&M. 5'10 receiver, 5'10", 200-pound receiver, can play the slot, can play the running back position. Punt return, kick return specialist. He made first team for special teams in the SEC, which is the best conference by far in collegiate sports when it comes to football. It translates the best to the NFL. His production as a returner and on offense is next to none. I mean, quarterback play within A&M hasn't been, they have their quarterbacks in and out. So he hasn't really had a really consistent quarterback since his freshman year with Kellen Mond. So he's explosive, great vision. Ainias the only receiver in SEC history to have 2,000 plus receiving yards, 250 plus rushing yards, and 250 plus kick return yards, and 250 plus punt return yards in a career. I think obviously he had his injury, which he couldn't participate at the NFL Pro Day, but I think he's being really, really undervalued in this NFL draft. And I think any team would be lucky to have a guy like that because that's really a diamond in the rough. He comes on your team day one with crazy versatility, which in the league, that's really key to be versatile and to give your team many options to get you on the field. And he does that. He's a great route runner. He's very explosive. His vision is A1. Punt return, kick return game. You want somebody to really change the dynamic of a game and to bust that door open, and Ainias is your guy. So I think hopefully if a team is smart enough, they'll come up and get him. I'm not saying realistically, the first round they already got their highlight marquee guys and stuff like that, but whoever picks up Ainias, they're getting a jewel.
For sure. You got no argument out of me. My sleeper, I got to go with another offensive weapon. I'm going to go with Jamari Thrash from Louisville. This receiver, you get the ball in his hands, he could take it to the crib easily. House call for sure. In the intermediate routes, he could definitely get a lot of separation from a defender. In zone coverage, he finds the holes in the defense relatively easy, making the throw for the quarterback able to even be possible. Whenever he's a slim guy in himself, only 5'11", but for sure he's a tough person to tackle in general. To me, even though he's slightly bigger than him, he kind of reminds me of Tank Dell, just in terms of his frame. You get the ball in his hands, he looks electric. His footwork is impeccable. Getting off the ball is pretty damn explosive with his release. I really think that this guy can be not necessarily a number one receiver type of option on that, but for a team that's looking to go win them a ring for sure, you ain't going to find too many receivers better than Jamari Thrash. I know you got the top end guys like Marvin Harrison Jr., Jalen Pope, Odunze, Malik Neighbors, all these guys. Thrash is someone who I feel like is capable of being in that same top level class with them, and Anais as well.
Me, man, obviously this year is loaded with draft. This year's draft is loaded with wide receiver talent. Like, this is some of the best wide receiver talent we've seen in a long time, bro. But me, I feel like this year, and I feel like this guy isn't really talked about enough. My sleeper this year, I got Jalen Polk from out of Washington. I mean, Polk, he's coming off a year. We played all 15 games, and he started 14 times. You know what I'm saying? He had 69 receptions for 1,159 yards. He had 9 touchdowns. And during the draft combine, he finished with a production score of 75, which was like 10th amongst all receivers. His athleticism score was 80, which was 16th among all receivers. And his total score was an 80, which was ranked 8th among all receivers in the combine. I honestly think that Jalen Polk can be a factor if drafted to a team like, I don't know, like a team that needs receivers like the Chargers, teams that need receivers like the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Bills, the Panthers, the Bears, or the Bengals. With his great catching ability and jump ball talent and his ability to track and catch those deep ball passes, Polk can be a good pick for a team. Like, he really, I ain't gonna lie, like, I've trained with Jalen Polk, and I've seen him training and everything like that because we both go through the same wide receiver training, and he has great hands, bro. And his route running is, you know what I'm saying, like, it's good. It can be way better, but he has great, like his ability to like track the ball, catch it, and he has great hands. He has soft hands, bro. Like, every pass is like every pass he caught, it was like quiet. You know, like how you supposed to catch the ball. It's not supposed to be loud. It's supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying? He has great hands, bro. So I really feel like he's a sleeper. Like, he doesn't get enough credit. Like, all we've been hearing about from Washington really is Rome Odunze. He's like that. He's like that. We've been hearing about Rome, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors,
Troy
Brian Robinson,
Donnie Mitchell,
Xavier Worthy. Polk ain't been talked about enough. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's like really a sleeper in this year's draft. The guys that y'all named, for sure, sleepers. Like, it's so many sleepers, bro, that don't get like enough credit. But yeah, that's my sleeper this year.
Yeah, Jalen Polk, he's for sure. I think he can come on your team and be a great wide receiver 3 and end up working. I think his potential, max, obviously he could be a 1 if, you know, he over exceeds, but I think his potential in the league is to be a great number 2. I think I seen him play. I seen him play multiple times. That offense was electric. It was exciting. Jalen Polk was a game changer, a difference maker. And I think he'll be a really good, productive wide receiver for years to come if he gets drafted to the right situation. Because situations makes players' production, whether people, if they like it or not. The only person that can realistically change a franchise like trajectory arc are honestly quarterbacks. You either get them and they can change, or you don't get them and you're miserable for a couple of years, a.k.a. Zach Wilson for the Jets. And then another example, C.J. Stroud for the Texans. Coming into 2 franchises with not a lot of hope, not a lot of expectations, and one rose to the occasion. And now you see the fruits of his labor from having a productive rookie season in C.J. Stroud, and the team doing their due diligence by surrounding him around the amount of talent that it takes to get to that next level, which is to hold the Lombardi in February. And with Zach Wilson, it's like, okay, you come into a situation where your team is okay. They're not the best. The line isn't the best, but they started building skill position. They're already coming off of elite defense. So it's like all you need to do is pretty much do the bare minimum. And you can't do that. You can't make quarterback NFL level, rookie NFL. I'm not even rookie. A regular NFL quarterback read. Arm talent is impeccable. Like, as far as having the skill to play the position, he has that. But like we all know, football takes a lot more than you being able to throw it 50, 60 yards. It's all right here, especially when you're playing the quarterback position, which is the most hardest position to play in sports, period. So I think a lot of guys can be game changers in this draft for sure. I think Jalen Polk, that was a good pick. And Anais, I mean, I've been seeing it since Little League or the Most City Raider days. I always knew he was destined for this day. So, I mean, I would hope if we could, we can draft him for the Texans because keep him in the city. He can split time with Joe Mixon and also playing that slot. You know, we have a lot of guys, but I think Anais, he'll be a real good fit for the right NFL team or for any NFL team. You just gotta give him that chance, and he'll make plays like he did at every level I've seen him play.
Yeah. From playing against Anais in high school, he most definitely is a damn problem. Yeah, even just running against him in track, even though we won, but like you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, he's a true athlete. I was talking about this. Nah, Niles gonna play though. He cool people, but he's one hell of an athlete, man. He's most definitely one of those receivers that can do it all. I mean, he has quick feet, he has great footwork, he can run routes, and his ability to like make a defender miss, bro, out the roof. Like Anais is so shifty, bro. It's scary, bro. Like you can for real, like he can injure a defender, like really by making them miss, bro. Like he's so quick. And
like how I
he
do you.
catch, huh?
So like how I do you. I ain't gonna lie, if I drop that video, what I'm doing federal time.
What video he talking about?
I used to be Javon too. Man, I was
You talking about on the field?
Yeah, when I was running them routes and y'all was all falling and I was riding.
You talking about X. You're not talking about me because ain't none of y'all.
You remember we was outside your crib and I hit y'all with some nasty stuff and Javon fell.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's gonna be he gonna hate you for that one.
Hey, what? That's nasty work. Hey, Charles, I'm a bad man. Hey, lined up as that X.
Hey,
Eric Ebron.
It ain't gonna happen on me.
Nah, Versi, you can't cover me. You can never cover me.
Hey, I love the confidence. You gotta have that when you're walking into a dogfight.
With who? I thought you were talking about Charles Versi.
No, I'm talking about the one and only me.
Hey, I used to be kicking Charles' teeth in at everything and anything, bro. Madden, 2K, outside basketball, you name it.
Stop it. I had to grow. I had to evolve. Now I'm at a what's that saying? CBFW. You already know what time it is with me.
I don't even know what that means. You talking about some CBFW?
Can't be fucked with.
Ah, hell no. They say you know what I am.
We talking receiver talk. Me. It's gonna be
nah, hell no. Let's be serious.
What am I trying to doing it? That my route running got like way back. Just from training with Coach D since December. Huge change has been made. No cap. I'm not saying I'm like that, but like
shit, you need to train with me. I wouldn't charge you. I'll charge you about $10. Show you my footwork.
I can teach you about something, but not the next topic or the next question. the next question, bro, is which small school prospect do you think will make the biggest impact in the NFL?
You said which small school?
Yeah, which small school prospects out of like small schools that are in the draft right now?
Shit. I ain't gonna. That's a great one. What's necessarily considered a small school?
Just school, like, just some small schools. Like, I'm gonna say like a school like just schools that aren't like SEC, I guess. That aren't like
Or Power
cream of
Five?
the crop. That aren't like cream of the crop schools like SEC. Those Pac-12 schools that are, schools we know like like for example like Toledo or what I'm saying, stuff like that.
If I don't know if he's coming out. I don't think he is, so I can't say him. I was gonna say Tory Holden out of Colorado State. I think he's a real. Hopefully, he is coming out in the draft. So I could be wrong, but if he's out, I promise you he's gonna be a difference maker. I watched him play multiple games, especially the one against Colorado. Gave them serious business. So Tory Holden out of Colorado State, like that route running extraordinary.
Yeah, he a game changer for sure.
Yeah,
That
he came back.
That was honestly gonna be mine too. I mean, no, I mean on some real stuff though too. You gotta think about it. Like even outside of that Colorado game, I mean, obviously he showed the world his talents for sure by dominating and being that guy, basically willing his team to victory or coming close to willing his team into victory. But just looking at his presence, he's got the size, he's got the athleticism, he's got the deep ball threat. He's a go-getter. He's gonna win them 50-50 balls. He's gonna do everything that you ask for a potential number one receiver. And he fits the billing for sure.
Me, I got Queen Mitchell out of Toledo. Toledo ain't just like a small school, but it's not nothing crazy. So Toledo, not Toledo, but Mitchell, Queen Mitchell, bro. He's a
I mean,
point.
he ain't really just no small time and shit. He's related as a top cornerback in the draft. So I wouldn't necessarily say he.
Toledo, not a big school though. It's not nothing.
But like he's a large draft prospect out of that. So that kind of was like,
I mean,
he's the number one corner in the draft.
he is?
Yes.
It's not Nate Wiggins.
No, Nate Wiggins is fast. I think Nate Wiggins can be the best one. But as far as like what NFL evaluators and like they view him as the best prospect at cornerback.
Probably. I mean, what's up, boy?
You brought him up, so sure you can finish. But I wouldn't say he just
I had said Queen Mitchell because of what you call it? Because Toledo is a small school. It's nothing crazy. It's not like it's not a crazy division or whatever. It's not in a crazy like conference or whatever. But yeah, Queen Mitchell out of Toledo. I feel like he will have a big impact in the NFL. I mean, he has the perfect cornerback build. I mean, he's fast, he's strong, he has the perfect size. I mean, he's 6 foot, 195, and he runs a 4.3. So, like I said, he's everything you want in the corner. What else, bro? He was ranked first among the cornerbacks in the draft as a total scorer in the combine. Mitchell, he has excellent feet, good ball skills. He has size, speed, and he has strength, like I already said. He's literally everything that you need in the corner. So at Toledo, he had 45 PBUs and 6 career interceptions. Even though he does need work on his man-to-man skills, he can most definitely be a great pickup for teams that need corners such as the Cardinals, Falcons, Panthers, Broncos, Lions, and also the Texans. I mean, I feel like he'll be a good fit for the Texans for sure.
We wouldn't be able to get him. We don't got a first round pick, so he'll be gone by then.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, I feel like he's for sure gonna be a difference maker in the NFL. Another guy, Virginia, not necessarily a small school, but Malik Washington. If we talking receivers, him. What's that other guy name? From the black and red. It was like a black and red school. Was it Utah?
Utah black and silver. I mean green.
Yeah, they like black, red.
They like white and red. Utah.
You
talking about Louisville?
No. I'm about to find it. I'm about to go on the draft board. Right
North Carolina State.
I think it was. Yeah, hold on. Let me find it.
Left pocket for the pink bitches. Right pocket got blue jeans.
I ain't trying to. Damn it.
And he a receiver?
Yeah, he a receiver.
Talking about Malachi Corley out of Western Kentucky.
Yes. Malachi. My fault. I was Western Kentucky. My apologies, but he's nice. He's nice. He is very nice. I watched
5'11", 207.
I watched tape on him, bro. He is nice, bro. Route runner, fast. He's athletic as hell. You know what I'm saying?
They
can
came
make
out
those hard.
last season.
Yeah, he can make those hard cuts and make defenders miss like crazy. So I really like him, bro. I really like him. He's I feel like him and the other guy named Quinn Mitchell, they're gonna be
Mitchell.
I feel like they're gonna be some good NFL prospects. I feel like they're gonna have a good turnout. Now I really want to ask one more question. Just one more
What?
question. Let me see. Hold on, where is it? All right. This is the last one. This is the last question. So, can you name a player who you think could be this year's version of Tom Brady or Dak Prescott, drafted in later rounds, but with potential to lead a team? Quarterbacks.
So basically,
a good quarterback.
a quarterback that's not going to be in the first round.
Pretty much, I guess. But like they're like a good quarterback. They're like one of the. They're not in the talks of like, who can I say? Jaden Daniels, Drake May, who else? What's the old boy? Bo Nix. Like they're not in that category with them. You know what I'm saying?
I'll probably say one that I don't know how late he might go, but I'll go Spencer Rattler. I think Spencer Rattler, he kind of rejuvenated his career from Oklahoma to South Carolina this year. He had a really better year. I feel like when he gets to the league, he's gonna be a backup, of course, but once given the chance, I believe under the right system, of course, and if it fits to his skill set, I think he has the potential to be one of those sleeper picks that we don't really expect becoming no NFL superstar out the gate and becoming a diamond in the rough. And I'll probably be compared to like I'd probably be a Dak Prescott for me. Not a Tom.
With me, I like old boy. I like Michael Pratt. He's
out of Tulane.
Yeah.
I remember watching him from the USC game, that last year bowl game. He got them work.
Hell yeah, he's nice. So Michael Pratt, he's a guy that I see being like, I feel like he can be better than Dak Prescott.
Racy, who you got?
For me, and it's weird saying his name because he's a big name based off of his team's performance.
He finna say it.
Who you think I'm finna say?
JJ McCarthy.
Hell no. Nah. What?
He already got that cloud. He's gonna
exactly.
He's gonna go like first round for sure. I feel like he is.
People talking about McCarthy might end up going top 3. That's
you. You one of them.
Oh nah, can't be me. Nah, for who I was gonna say that I could feel like be a difference maker at quarterback, just given the right situation. Jordan Travis, out of Florida State. He's a nice quarterback. I ain't gonna lie. He's methodical with the ball. He's mobile. He kind of reminds me with his play style, similar traits to Jaden Daniels, but at a smaller frame. Obviously, his draft stock took a hit in terms of like, because of his injury for sure. But and he's not necessarily the greatest decision maker, but to me, I kind of see him having a role of maybe like if he goes to the right situation, I could see him thriving in a situation similar to like Brock Purdy. I feel like he's a pretty damn good quarterback.
No argument here.
No argument with none of those options, man. Those are all guys I feel like can be I ain't gonna say a problem in the NFL, but I feel like they can really be good quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Give him an opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's the last topic, man. So
that's a wrap, man.
That's a wrap. So
it's a wrap. Check the Stats podcast, episode 7. We coming at y'all boys. We ain't coming to disappoint. I promise you. We got a lot of upcoming surprises coming y'all way. We ain't just here for the short haul trying to be cute and pretty. We here to stay. We here. We're gonna keep coming at you with this good content. We're gonna keep progressing. and hopefully y'all mess with it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure y'all follow all the platforms for any updates on any clips, any videos, any Q&As. We got a lot of new and upcoming improved stuff coming through. So make sure y'all keep your notifications on, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Yes, sir. Y'all need the facts? Check the stats.
Woo! That motherfucker got to be the motto. Sign it out.